Hello everyone, this is Cthulhuigi, and welcome back to Let's Play Pikmin² Randomize. Today we're doing the rest of the random spring. Well, probably not today in-game. I feel like I probably have 2 days left on this. I'm getting pretty excited to see what the final trial is going to be like randomized. Could be pretty crazy if all those fire spitters on the little walkway end up being randomized. I'm genuinely curious to see how the final boss works out. I could see it just being like random between Bulblax and the Space Bunny, or maybe like Pikmin 2 bosses could be put in there. Or in like most authentic randomizer fashion, maybe just any random subset of bosses. Could be a little anticlimactic, but like that's sort of what you're signing up for with a randomizer, I think. That is not a creeping chrysanthemum. Yeah, so I'm getting flashbacks to the Snagret. This is the first recording session for me of the day, so getting my bearings again a little bit. That looks like it is a No. Sometimes if you're looking for the eyes, you could see them even if they're not there. But yeah, I feel like the Titan Dweevil... I mean, I guess it could be a nude Titan Dweevil, but that would be very anticlimactic as a final boss. I would guess that the treasure aspect of it makes it not a very likely randomizer option. So we got the treasure in there, we got the treasure back in the... Oh, how's that, like, treasure where you're supposed to change the Pikmin types? This is very simple compared to the Louie's Quest version. Playing through Louie's Quest, like, kinda replaced my memories of this. Okay, so that's... yeah, that's turning them into yellows. That's turning them back into blues. Yeah, that fundamentally works the same way. I guess that is to be expected. But, assuming they would put in the, Titan Dweevil, I was thinking like, oh, well, maybe that wouldn't be in the pool because you might not have whites, but I think that, if, the, like, Caustic Dweevil is already in the Pikmin 2 enemies pool, it's not like that's insurmountable. At least the poison has a pretty long timer, unlike Pikmin 1 Fire. Yeah, honestly, Titan Dweevil with Pikmin 1 Fire is kind of a scarier prospect than the Titan Dweevil, or the Caustic without white Pikmin. Is that a... yeah, that's just another treasure in there. Okay, so... you know what, I don't know if those Pikmin are taking a safe path. Does it take 20, maybe? That would be so cool. Yeah. Okay. Let me go escort the rest of those guys. And I guess other than that, I just have the, Alright, I did beat... I keep thinking, oh, I didn't beat the Cannon Beetle. And the Cannon Beetle is not what that enemy was. So yeah, I guess it's just that maybe I will be able to do this all in one day. Once more, you're seeing my skills as a Pikmin expert rapidly increase over the course of 3 similar semi-consecutive playthroughs. Kinda tempted to get the... I don't think the Mamuda needs to flower those guys, I think that would take too long, but I won't say no to some grassy nectar. Oh, that's beautiful. Still not looking great on the whimsical radar front. I'm beginning to think I'm gonna have to like do a step-by-step check of all the part locations in Forest Naval. Although, I mean, I am pretty sure it would have been a randomized enemy that I didn't think to fight. I think I would have stumbled across any ones that were just out in the world, even if I don't have a encyclopedic memory, or should I say piclopedic memory. Alright, time to see if that gives me the Pluckathon, I guess, after all the hyping up. And... yeah, let's just... I don't know for sure if any had already fallen down there, but I'll make sure that things are okay. Okay, that should do it. So that was what, 20 on there? That number would be more useful if I actually remembered what the number of yellows I took out was. Were there any that fell in those corners? It doesn't look like it. Are the 6 remaining planted somewhere? Actually, you know what? I think I don't need yellows for anything else. And I would like a whole lot of blues to just carry stuff back through the water and be turned into yellows for that back and forth treasure. Still not entirely sure about those last 6. So yeah, I got the crystal over here. Sorry, over here. Guard, satellite. Odds of whimsical radar are looking pretty bad at this point. I guess I'll go do impact site and Forest of Hope. Just for maximum odds. And honestly, it would be so funny. I wouldn't be bad if it was actually that weird part I lost track of. That was the radar. Let's just take care of this. I feel like that's an unusually large amount of health for that guy. I thought they went down. I guess I'm used to like fighting him with reds and or spicy sprayed Pikmin. Actually, the bulb is pretty big. I think what it was is it had a high HP modifier from the bulb. And then maybe the soft main body is. This is just a gorgeous ship. But yeah, maybe the main body is just like always the same size. That would make sense because I think it animates in ways that probably standard 3D model would not make the most sense. That's probably way too many, but rather have too many than too few. Hey, did that pluckaphone work? Oh, it did. Oh, that's awesome. Oh. Hey. Poor guys. Well, I'm glad I had extra. Yeah, that's about what I thought. Zirconium rotor. There we go. Well, now I could very easily get my squad flowered up with the Mamuta. Uh, 15 pink pellets, eh? I don't think I'm gonna get pinks out for that purpose, but alright, get mad. Come on, you can get the rest of them. Ouch. Beautiful. Hey. It would be nice if I could find those missing 6 Pikmin. I guess some of them might be sprouts from places where I had mass casualties and forgot about it. Four more, I probably left 2 in the Forest of Hope. I kinda lost track, but I think that is everything here. I'm gonna put my Pikmin away and just, take a look for those last 6, I suppose. Let's see, I remember there were obviously quite a lot of casualties in the stump with the Snagret, and I don't think I took a great look there. I think I just saw enemies were spawned up there, and it's like, I don't need to concern myself with that. And I guess once more I'll check. Yep, I definitely didn't get the radar without noticing it. I keep thinking if I check one of those times that'll be the case. Oh, that's an unfortunate spot for them to be. I can't even tell how many are in there. At least 2. Can that just be walked up into? Okay, so I need what? Yellows and whites to do that. You know, I'm thinking if they're peacefully staying there inside the ground, maybe it's not worth it. Okay. I probably should have done that before the round, but my curiosity is sated at least. I hope that I didn't lose any during that falling off of cliffs puzzle, but I don't think I did. That is one fine looking dolphin at this point. The crystal on top really adds a lot. Oh, where were they? Nobody could have known. So that's very interesting. I wonder, I guess that probably means all of the functional parts work and I just had... I don't actually know if that was especially good or bad luck. Not finding them. Because there's what, 201 treasures and like maybe a dozen of them do something. I would have really liked getting the light bulb that brightens up levels to see a brighter version of oh hey, the pluckathon means I could save that out of bounds guy. So yeah, mostly doing blue stuff. Blues are probably not the ideal choice to fight whatever boss replaced the cannon beetle, but they'll manage. Lots of dumples. Oh, I don't know why I thought that wasn't in the aggro range. That was brutal. Alright, but let's regain their numbers. Actually, oh, jeez, scary. I'm surprised that one didn't count as getting eaten. But, yeah, the time it takes to actually grow up Pikmin numbers, especially without the field being saturated, is a lot less than it was pre-Pluckaphone, so I'm not so concerned. Plus, I don't really have that much to do. Yeah, so there's the boss, and then there's just literally unraveling that bridge. I guess I'll go get started on the bridge. That might be a dangerous path for them to go back from. Why don't those drown underwater? They have more obvious mouth parts than the female sheer grubs. Got that product placement fruit on the bottom. Well, these guys are nice and easy to stomp. Let's see, yeah, I don't like the idea of fighting dumples that might unexpectedly become electrocuted. I forget if you can squash dumples with really good timing. You know what you can punch dumples with? Hey, you weren't supposed to follow me. This was supposed to be my fight. Alright, that's how you fight dumples. It's interesting that the increased size doesn't seem like it really affects the anode beetle. Like I thought maybe the electricity would be drawn to a higher spot and be like visibly diagonal. I mean, maybe it wasn't, it was just more subtle than I thought. Oh, you're far away from home. I was debating if I wanted to do that the risky way, but there's no reason to not just grab a little selection of purples to take care of that. You are not purple. I had sorted them. You saw me sort them. I can't be held accountable for the actions of my Pikmin. Oh. I mean, I assume you're just totally random, but I'm curious what those are coded to give if they don't have treasures. I'm not 100% sure if that's different than any other beetle, but cool to have more sources of the spicy spray. Those just ignore the big beetle corpse? Is that just unrecoverable? Nova Blaster. Hey! Oh, they probably were trying to carry that and then caught on fire. Yeah, that sure seems like a good explanation. That's really weird. Alright, good timing. That's not for you. Actually, I'll leave some of this other crap here to make sure I finish this guy off. That was the one I didn't want you to take. Interesting what rotates and what doesn't on the ship. Alright, that's enough goofing around. Let's get our dream team of blues. What? What? I guess those things AI is just to, like, come get you wherever they are on the map. I don't think I ever really fully thought about the implications of just having them get totally randomized, so probably a lot of them were, like, stuck on walls that it's only after I make really particular movements they ever show up. I'm pretty excited to do a run with those weather effects that I think having that happen every time you kill an enemy would be a fun way to stay on your toes. It wasn't a bomb rock wall after that, was that's just, yeah, I keep thinking of Louie's quest. Where are those cursed guys? Got buried up on the wall. Doesn't matter too much. Oh, that's a fun boss for a single captain. Get to hear its little boss motif a lot more clearly than usual. So are you gonna, like, lock onto me, or are you just inhibited? That's a tricky, okay, it cannot fit through there. I guess it specifically cares about the captain. So... No! No! Pikmin! Alright, let's just... Pikmin! Guys! Can't be doing that. Alright, come over here. Yeah, this will be a little anticlimactic, but I don't really know how to fight this without switching captains. I mean, I guess that'll work eventually. I think also maybe purple slamming like directly on its back can do the trick, but I think because I don't I don't need to do that to get a treasure, I'm not gonna look for trouble. Okay, finally, that's good to see. Alright, so I guess you know what? This is going pretty fast. I'm gonna rescue my let's not lose more Pikmin than we save, but oh, I can actually check my radar now to see where it is. That was this level, wasn't it? What? But yeah, I'm just gonna gather up all my Pikmin, and I think we might just be able to beat this randomizer in this part, while keeping it reasonably sized. Okay, do I have any stragglers? I do have that one I picked up, right? Yeah. Alright, we're at 99. There's a bunch clustered over there. Oh, there's the out of bounds one, right. I'll just take all this crap, why don't you? Why are there yellows over there? I don't like that. Make sure I free the, cursed guy. Right. Alright, you all chill out in here. Oh! Scary. Ha ha ha. Freedom. I'm manually carrying you back to the onion. No! No! Well, at least it didn't get left behind. In its own way, it went up into an onion of a very special type. I forgot you could skip the liftoff cutscene. Well, we don't have to think about whether or not those counted as left behind. Gulp. Alright, so I'm so curious where the treasure I was missing in Forest Navel was. I'm gonna clear that out right away. I'm trying to think what I would need for any given treasure. I think I'll just do a dream team of like yellows, blues, and purples. Do 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 do. Okay, it wasn't. What was I missing? So just not looking in the right pool? It's that is not a pellet. That isn't the right color for a pellet. Okay, well, I look forward to seeing the comments on that video where I'm like, oh, what am I missing? What am I missing? I guess, you know what, I'm willing to say that's the last time I'm going to be getting razzed by the random Pikmin colors. I think the opportunities for that to trip me up are, almost entirely expired. Oh my god, that's gonna be painful to watch for people who have more situational awareness than I did there. At least that was short and sweet. Gotta make sure my blue population is absurdly large. Yeah, some parts are useless, alright. Let's see. Alright. Not the most efficient in terms of days, but hey, that's a rare day with no casualties. I don't think there were too many of those in this run. How did my creature notes end up? I mean, based on the bosses at least, that definitely makes sense that I wouldn't be getting the majority of them. I am kind of curious what the enemy... I mean, I guess it's probably going to be all vanilla for the credits and enemy parade, but it'll still be interesting to see. The landing site has been infested by anode beetles. I might grab some purples to use on the clam clamps. I want to make this spawn area safe before I pull Pikmin out. So, I'll definitely need blues. Okay. I don't actually want to pull up my ranks just yet. Probably could just leave the skitter leaves alone, but how would I do that? There we go. Let's get our strike team out. That's a nice big Queen Candy Pop. That is quite frustrating. That has crazy hitboxes. I guess I never had any occasion to fight anode beetles near a onion before, but this randomizer is serving its purpose as showing me a lot of ways things could go wrong that you wouldn't think to check. I am going to up my purple numbers, or my cyan numbers as it were. That wasn't the distribution I was necessarily hoping for, but it's good enough. Well, I'm glad that purples are so easy to come by, because if, like, another way I could see them doing it is, like, have the purple and white candy pops be just included as enemies for the randomizer purposes. And if they had any kind of scarcity, that'd actually be kind of fun, but mistakes like that sure would feel worse, and I would probably make them less often if there was real scarcity to them. Are you one that actually works? That does not look like the hitbox is gonna light up, but you never know. Yeah, I wonder if that's like a known bug. I mean, I assume it must be. I can't imagine that doesn't happen all the time. So how does this work? Pretty well. Why do I have Pikmin missing? Where are my missing Pikmins? Okay, they got snagged over there. That's, I think, pretty much fine. Alright, Reds, you need numbers. Can I get regular yellows? And a couple purples to help? Oh, there's a lot of these bad boys. Alright, that keeps them from jumping away. Oh! No! I'm kind of surprised that's the first time that specifically has happened. With how frivolous I've been with my bomb rock guys. Yeah, I don't know why my voice is so hoarse today. So I guess either the Bloister or the antenna beetle has it. And I'm thinking that I'm gonna use blues. Well, maybe not. Okay, let me, for starters, see... Oh. Yeah, I might not even have to fight that thing if it's inside the Bloister. That would have been too easy. Alright, that... What? Oh, they're hypnotized. I don't really understand these things. Because, like, obviously that animation does not reflect them jumping that far in any given direction based on how close they are. I guess it makes more sense in caves. Okay. Beautiful. Alright, let's get this 20 pellet from my blues just for all their hard work. Actually, yeah, they can get the 20 pellet because it matches their color, but let's pull this out of the water and let's share the wealth a little bit with our yellows and reds. Yeah, reds, you can continue having a high value stuff as an apology for being neglected. And yellows, please don't backslide into the water. Okay. I think those are all going where I want them to. And I think my only stragglers were up by the dolphin. Yep. Oh, I thought those were actual purple, or well, no, I thought those were not actual purples because I saw the purple dot. But they were purple dots because they were purple Pikmin that are cyan, and the UI does not update for the random color. Cool, great. This is a very nice looking ship. Might as well gather the spoils while I'm hanging out here. There's no way that could happen again. Yay, it didn't happen again, and I think that last beetle is completely neutralized. Well, I mean, I'll clean up the corpses that are in the immediate vicinity, but yeah, I don't really think there's anything else for me to do here. How did they get up there? Oh, I guess some of them just swarmed onto the... They're becoming autonomous. The Pikmin prophecy has come true. Where's 100? Okay. Alright. That's good time to go to sunset. Yeah, we're not too deep into the part. Into the regular part, but I think finishing up the first randomizer is a good reason for an extra long part. So yeah, I think I got one more like hard randomizer recorded as a normal part with me, or in me, and then I probably will finish up the challenge mode just to see if there's anything interesting in that. I guess before too long I'm going to put up a poll and like try to figure out what times would work for my small but devoted audience, if anyone's interested in actually watching me stream a randomizer run, and I'll like let people vote on the settings and stuff for that. And I hate to say it, but I think maybe Let's Play Pikmin² is coming to a natural ending point before too long. It was a lot of fun. But lest I get sentimental too early, let's take a look at this final trial with dozens of fire geysers ready to get randomized, probably all into Smoky Progs. What a nice final trial song. Yeah, there's something going on over there. I see! That's actually really interesting. So either... wait, no, those are the regular ones that are always there and they're not randomized colors. I was like, of course, it gives you the purple candy pop bud so you can beat the water wraith. That's not what was happening there. Yeah, I'd be curious to know if, there's a workaround for getting the water wraith when you don't have access to purples. It probably removes it from the pool, but I mean, I'm not getting the sense this randomizer hates soft locking you. That would just be a real, I mean, I guess there's no shame in just flying away with the medium ending if it's impossible. I could definitely see it going either way. So what am... There's no good way to deal with electricity in the water. Oh wait, those guys do drown? Why didn't the ones... I guess I interrupted their drowning by having Pikmin right there. I guess the other question is there any need to have Pikmin... yeah, I think they still need to push the box by going over this. Alright, let me get my blues. The lightning is basically only a hazard to them, because I would imagine... I mean, I guess I'm betting a lot on the hitboxes not extending up. On the other hand, if that's the only hazard that's left, there's no reason I couldn't just, there's no reason I couldn't just have yellows push the box to be extra safe. I probably don't even need to be killing these guys down here. I just don't know if with some of their size modifications they might be able to do unexpected things grabbing Pikmin. Okay, that was better than I was thinking it would be. I kind of went into that knowing there was a high risk of the aggroing onto it and then going all pear-shaped. So what's left up there? There was a wall pole, a couple more. Those guys are annoying to deal with. I guess I could just have like a crap load of, yeah, reds. I don't think you're gonna be serving any particular purpose here, I'm sorry to say. But if I have like 60 yellows on the task, I think they might be able to just swarm the... Well, realistically what they're going to do is they're going to swarm the anode beetles and somehow fall off and drown, but I don't think there's anything else I can do. And I don't mind spending a lot of time on this because the water wraith is not going to take very... Oh, shit. That's not the way I want to be going. Okay. Hey, no, don't come to me, don't come to me. Okay, I think they probably aren't gonna come to me. Yellow Pikmin loves swimming. Damn it. I don't know if, other than blue lifeguards, if there was any way to prevent that, unfortunately. I'm not sure if they drop the bomb rocks if they fall in the water, so... Oh, shit! Damn! Oh god, did I just make this impossible in one day? Oh, were there any more up there? I like... Yeah, I have the hindsight is 2020 thing. Well, I can get that bridge unraveled at least. I can make it short and sweet tomorrow. I'm like... I still don't remember that being like that in vanilla. I don't know if they like did that as like a little balance thing to show off the improved bomb rock tech. Or if it really, yeah, again, it could just really be that like that isn't nearly as hard if you have extended throwing where like this isn't already at your maximum range. That's crazy though. Day 15, totally lost. Could have been done in half the allocated time, but what would this run be without one more epic fail for old time's sake? I assume that the sheer grubs won't roll these up if I come right back, and also if the sheer grubs maybe get randomized. Oh, I forgot about those guys. I don't want them to get left behind. I guess I'll put everything else away. Alright. Yeah, pretty hefty amount of yellows was over there, so there's no way for a humble captain to get up to that area. Yeah, that's almost certainly representing all my remaining Pikmin. It's a little water wraith. I wonder if that'll stay a water wraith. It would probably be more climactic if it did switch out, but after all the highs and lows of this run, I wouldn't say no to a nice relaxing finale either. There we go. I'm assuming that's you know what, I'm just cutting my losses. I had 64 out of 64 for a second. I should have reacted faster. Then I was like, oh, is one of the blues getting caught on the geometry because I'm under the bridge? And that is not what happened. I knew full well that was just gonna happen even though there was no obvious way for them to fall. Pure hubris. I don't want to watch them get gonked. I am always curious what the messages are. I mean, I guess I could go to pikmin.wiki.com and read all of the messages for like when you're done with treasures and tutorials and stuff, and you just fart around for the next however many days you have left. Alright, well I should know pretty quick if I'm getting the what's it called? The water wraith again. music to my ears. Alright. You're going right here and right here. You're going... Actually, you know what? I can do this the fun way. That is crazy how much the momentum affects the throw. Hey! I've heard of Hey Pikmin. Any more? Are they? Oh, I was gonna say, like, the enemies stay dead down there? Because I could tell there were a bunch of corpses, but those are all just sheer fleas that drowned. That's funny. Alright, well. My bomb squad is still alive and well. See, that's why the lifeguards are there. Why didn't you help? Alright, do not whistle them. And once more. Okay. I think that's crisis averted. So how many does this need? Okay, that was good enough. Actually, you know what? I have the whole glut of blues. Considering this is the easy settings randomizer, more or less, you'll forgive me one moment of indulgence. Wait for the cycle to come back around. Okay, I assumed that there was gonna be no limit, but I kinda just want to see what it looks like to have 100 come out at once. Beautiful. That's... why are some of them flowers? Pluckaphone perk. Are there normally grasses back here? I thought there were, huh? Aren't there, like, some stones? There's really no way to flower them? I mean... I have a feeling it's gonna all work out in the end, but, funny little guys. Oh, we got a bigger one today, I think. Alright. I gotta say that might have been the easiest out of the final bosses. It's hard, it's a bit of a toss-up, but felt like that one went pretty well. Oh, look, there are purple pellets for the purples. And now we just spend the rest of the day... Actually, you know what? I want the flowers to carry that. Oh. What? Is that new to this? I was just trying to press C up to... or D up to, switch to the flowers. Photo mode. That's pretty cool. Because I've been trying to, like, hold... Oh. I saw I was trying to do that and it wasn't working earlier. The, like, camera where it falls right behind you. But, that is pretty much what I would've ever hoped for and dreamed for from a randomized Pikmin run. High highs, low lows, medium mediums. Funny looking ship. Curious to see what this end sequence is gonna look like. I have a feeling that the leaving the planet cutscene is all pre-rendered, but it would be cool to see the real dolphin, the treasured dolphin. Did they add the whites and purples to the little lineup? No, they're just vastly different sizes. I'm really excited to see the cutscene with all the crazy onion colors. I wonder if they'll be crazier. Actually, I do want to keep an eye out to see. I kind of just assumed it was like purely randomizing hues based on what they looked like, but maybe they're picked specifically from the weird onions in that cutscene. Oh, hey, it isn't pre-rendered. That's beautiful. Yeah, nothing so lovely as that randomized blue color, so I don't think that was pulled directly from there. That's funny though, I would have assumed all this was pre-rendered. Maybe they specifically set it up to use that model to really show off the treasured parts. The happy end. Well, not yet. I have like 2 or 3 more credit things to go through. Or maybe they... That's normal. It would make sense if they, did something with the ending for randomizer. High score set in randomizer will not be saved. Okay, pretty sure this is the normal credits, but I've seen it enough times by now I might recognize the specific scenes. I think it's the same as it always is. I was gonna say it might have changed with version 1.1, except the Louie's Quest credits didn't load until I already switched it to version 1.1, so even if there was a change from 1.0, which I don't know if I think there is, wouldn't have made a difference. It's interesting that that like egg beater thing is just always part of the ship, regardless of if your parts are treasured or not. I guess it's not that interesting because, like, obviously there's still the core of the ship that's always the same, but for some reason I think I always assumed all the moving parts were reflecting specific ship parts you collected. And the ship just looks so messed up on the day one impact site. It's hard to notice that that's there before you start getting other parts. I think this is the last time I'm gonna watch these credits. I haven't checked if you can mash start to skip them, but I think the Pick Hacker team has been duly credited in this playthrough. Enemy Parade? Crazy randomized enemy parade? That is not particularly crazy. Oh well, I like watching the enemy parade. That's strange they belong to a totally different species when the size modifier makes it so. I don't think I ever fought any regular Bulborbs in that entire run. I guess that makes sense because, like, about 60% of all the enemies in Pikmin 1 are just regular Bulborbs and regular ball bearers. But, quite a few are sheer grubs. And that sure didn't get selected against. I might join the Discord and see if, like, anyone has posted details on, like, the specifics of the randomizer logic. Be cool if this got built into Archipelago. They're using the problematic frog names. Yeah, I never would have thought to see those as feathers. Like, what is this? A stronger carapace than its relatives? Like, what that doesn't mean anything to someone who's only played Pikmin 1. Oh. Okay. I always get the names of the sheer grubs and shearwigs mixed up, so it's helpful to see that. I also think I always assume the female shearwigs are male sheer grubs. Big Stinky. This was foreshadowing Louis. I'm curious what all is in the boss class of enemies. Because, like, I assume it's probably just anything that drops a treasure in Pikmin 1, because the, well, now I don't remember what the Snagret was replaced with in this run-through, but I remember, or both of them. One of them was replaced with a giant bread bug, and then my other playthrough where I got stuck, it was the Puffy Blowhog, which I think you could argue counts as a Pikmin 1 boss, even though it's not difficult in the slightest, but there are some that have treasures inside them. That could have just been only one of those Snagrets was coded as a boss, and the other two were just like large enemies or something. Water Dumples are so mysterious. They're relatives of the Bulborb, but they don't have any eyes. We never see their larvas. We never see their queens. So many of the enemies have like very clear direct relations. I don't think I ever realized how much, like, the squish effect is used. I guess because, like, I don't want to be thinking about poor Pikmin dying, and most of the times if the enemies are gonna squish anything, it's gonna be those Pikmins themselves. Are the Bulborbs referred to as grub dogs elsewhere in Pikmin 1? It's kind of wild to just call them a grub dog. Is that part of the lore on why dogs became so important in Pikmin? I never even thought of that. Alright, well, I think I should have guessed that it was a long shot that there was going to be anything unique for watching those credits. Let me take a quick look at challenge mode again, just to see, did it add extra levels? Yeah, it has the Louis Quest levels. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to do the vanilla challenge mode, but maybe to just mix it up between randomizers, I'll do the Louis Quest challenge mode levels, because I'm kind of curious to see what those look like. I guess you'll find out in the next part. Thanks for bearing with me this long. I guess this might be setting a new record as longest part in the world? Pretty exciting stuff. Thanks for watching. Stay Pikmin.